Hello, committee. Thank you for your valuable feedback in last check in. I tried to incorporate most of them. In last check in, my focus was primarily on improving or finalizing the process of the design. But later, I realized that this is an ongoing process because users oblique client tend to change their mind in real world. I tested my first iteration of product AR app installed on phone with users. Some crucial feedbacks were screens look poor. I want to interact more with AR mode screen. Can I see a curved canvas like a hyper reality screen? With valuable inputs from user, I focus on solving the above problems and fix them. The design process to improve was similar for the second iteration. Revised paper prototypes were prepared and user testing were done. This time, there were 3 layouts designed for AR screen to enhance the user experience. User testing of the Smart Souvenir AR app. This user testing is focused on taking user feedback for user interfaces pertaining to the AR mode. Starting with the home screen, the user navigates through the prototype. So, how was your experience with the AR mode of the Smart Souvenir application?
The interface was okay. I didn't find it very much dynamic or interactive enough. I mean, it solved the purpose, but maybe it can be more interactive for the user or maybe more visually appealing. Right now, just scanning through album, so maybe it can be more exciting. Maybe some 3D model. It should give maybe some sort of like a 3D visualization effect. That would be better. And the album was like kind of like a little boring, just going through slider. So maybe something can be done to make it more visually appealing. That would be my feedback. Yeah.
Of a touristic AR scene in real time in Unity environment was much more complicated and tedious than I imagined. It took majority of my time. So after trying for many attempts, finally I made it work and it's working in one of an AR mode screen. The Smart Souvenir app AR application looks well packed. The AR app works perfectly with zoom in and out, rotate functions, Twitter, and other features. But while user testing, some users feel that it is not fun and entertaining. I research and brainstorm ways to improve and give wow effect to my design. For displaying users' images, I looked into various displaying picture inspirations like interactive art galleries, and later I skimmed through one of an interesting book which is Making and Breaking of Grids for Layout Design in order to understand and make a proper grid for the pictures. For third iteration, I again used a conventional way of paper prototype for making the AR scene more interactive and fun. How was your experience for this revised user
Yeah,
experience?
looks good. Of course, the real thing would be in the application itself, but from the prototyping, it gives a sense that I think the first image would be a 3D model, and then going to the next is the album. I like that idea of like having album with some sort of a 3D effect, and that it looks more cleaner and more kind of like visually attractive. Of course, visually attractive would be in the app itself, but the concept here looks nice and neat, and the whole page for a tweet itself is also very good, so that it doesn't look congested, and yeah, I would choose this one over the previous one.
I tried incorporating some animations of the places and dynamic interaction with the photographs and Twitter feeds in real time. I'm working on the visual design aspect now. The personality and the message I want the AR app to convey to a user are fun, excitement, playfulness, and nostalgia. I started looking apps in the areas of travel, memories, souvenir, and many more. For the app visual design, I am studying the material design guide, understanding the theory and the principles of color theory, and the visual design principles. For selecting the color palette for my application, I created a mood board and choose a color from the palette. I'm still working on the visual aspect of a design, but for the final check-in, my focus will be to complete the visual design of the application, refine and fix the bugs in the AR code, package and test the app.